Because this is where I heard, I wake up every evening with a big smile on my face, and it never feels out of place. And you're still probably working at a 9 to 5 pace. I wonder how bad that tastes. When you see my face, hope it gives you hell, hope it gives you hell. When you walk my way, hope it gives you hell, hope it gives you hell. Now where's your picket fence, love? And where's that shiny car? And did it ever get you far? Big cats. Look, you got somebody, this is a past energy, of course. They made you to be the problem. You were the issue, you were the drama, you were the abuser, you were this, you were that, you were Mambo, you were Jumbo. Now that you're gone, they're still in the same position. You've had several level ups to their none. Absolutely none. They've actually gotten worse. Some of their health started declining, mental state declining, and real abusive relationships when they were trying to make you out to be the monster. Now a lot of these people are looking back and realizing you were never the problem. And it's got them spiteful and mad. Even madder. Shout out to C Nova. And where's that picket fence, love? And where's that shiny car? And did it ever get you far? No. So I call upon the Almighty Divine, the angelic guides, and the ancestors that watch amongst us. I ask that you please have my heart, my body, and soul. These cards is reading the pride. I ask that you please guide us in the benevolent satisfaction, support, grace, love, wisdom. Please give us clarity, love, wholeness, creativity, triumph, confidence, stability, and wealth on our journeys. Please continue to empower us and enlighten us with all of your infinite, limitless glory and essence. I say. When you see my face, hope it gives you hell, hope it gives you hell. Man, some of these people are in relationships with the monster they tried to make you out to be. They really manifested that monster. They're forced to grit and bear it. Some of these people are they're on their 8th burner accounts, watching you. 8th burner account, watching you, saying your name in their sleep. When them and their lovers are going at it. That's why I slip in your name. Egregious energy. So this is your Big Cat Big Dick collective energy reading for today. Please take what resonates and leave the rest. What did I tell you? These people are in whole relationships. They see you happy about your life. They see you committed to your life and the betterment of what you got going on. And guess what they're doing? Page of Swords. They're watching. Oh, best believe they're watching. So let's clarify this 4 of Wands. These people watching big time. Please don't say goodbye, even though that's the best part. Literally. These people know that they were monsters. Projection screens. All they did was project their demons onto you. But now you're in the 6 of Wands energy because you had the strength to pull away from this individual who was only offering you the best guy, though. And did it ever get you far? Didn't get them nowhere. They thought leaving you behind would be the key to their success, but they didn't realize they were the ones hobbling. They were the ones unequally yoked. When you pulled your energy back, it was like the cartoon, how they run out off the ledge and they're floating for a little bit and they look down and they realize, oh, and they fall down. And all you see is the dust from them being pulled down by gravity. Yeah, these people are in relationships, hiding the fact that they're still obsessed with you, wishing for another chance, praying for another chance, because they see you moving ahead successfully and they know deep within their hearts, you were this earth angel. You brought balance, stability, and love to their lives. So now they're watching you, completely lost, wondering, how in the hell did I let that get away? I feel like Goku, bitch. I feel like Kratos, clarified by the Page of Swords. They see your strength. They know they casted all kinds of demons upon you, tried to make you carry burdens that you had no business carrying. But what you did was put those burdens down. You got in this 8 of Cups. And guess what? You moved forward with pride, with determination. No matter how many people these people came up against you with, you protected your foundation. No matter how many flying monkeys they gathered, 9 of Wands. No matter how many flying monkeys they gathered, you held on to your truth. You knew this person was the monster they made you out to be. You knew this person was the monster they made you out to be. Now you're in this 9 of Cups energy. A plethora. If you wanted to, you could have a roster, but we divine people, we don't need no roster. We have the roster within us. We use our discernment and we're selective about who we allow into our energy fields, especially after this last event, especially after this last go round with this toxic individual. We learned that not every smiling faces still lies. And I got the proof. Can you dig it? So with this 9 of Cups clarified by the no one ever loved me like you did, no one ever held me like you did, and I love arguing because I'm full of drama. You're dealing with somebody who was hardwired to think chaos, conflict, lies, deceit, deception, infidelity. They were hardwired into thinking that was love. They were hardwired into thinking games was love. You let them go ahead and break that contract. So God can go ahead and come in with that judgment. The Most High came in with that judgment. You didn't care, even if you had to stand your ground, a bunch of flying monkeys, ignoramuses, you didn't care, because at the end of the day, it was better than being in a relationship with someone who was constantly trying to put you or make you their subordinate. This person told all kinds of lies about you, slandered you, gossiped you, tried to one-up you, competed with you, when this was supposed to be a relationship where we protected one another, and that's the last thing that they did. So you had to protect yourself from this individual. 6 of Swords, you were forced to move on and face things for what they truly were. Now a lot of y'all are in this Queen of Swords energy because they were so cold. They began to be cold, and once you started returning that energy, that's when all shit fell loose, because you were the only one holding this relationship together. You were the glue. Now that you're gone, they're seeing that you were the stability. You're coming out as the 9 of Pentacles and this Queen of Pentacles. You were the stability. You were the stability. And they were ruling with emotional manipulation. Lies, deceit, slander, gossip. And to a lot of y'all, they were just in for a good time, not a long time. A lot of y'all, all they seen with you is what they could get out of you. They saw financial stability because they were in this Page of Pentacles. All they seen in you was financial stability because they have no financial literacy whatsoever. They seen that you were this manifester, powerful conductor of materialism. you were able to materialize and pull things out of thin air. And they wanted to jump on that bandwagon. A lot of y'all put this person in a state of financial stability. This is definitely a relationship of the past, but guess what? They involved too many people in the relationship, too many voices, too many opinions. They didn't have their own opinion. They didn't want to take the time out to know you. They didn't want to take the time out to learn you. They were only in it for one thing: finances. Now they're stuck. Now they're sitting back in a whole relationship talking about we could have had it all, rolling in the deep. But see, this is even showing their reluctance to heal, because instead of being alone like you did and do your healing work, do your internal work, instead of doing your shadow work, instead of doing their shadow work, they want to jump right into a new relationship because they have no sexual maturity, sexually, energetically dependent on other people to validate them. They can't stand on their own because they're deep-rooted insecurities. They can't stand on their own because there's deep-rooted insecurities. So while you went through this death card, this transformation, while you went through this divine transformation, guess what they did? They don't even take me serious anymore. They didn't take themselves serious. They didn't take their learning, their growth. They don't know what they learned from the relationship. All they know is that they hate you because you're living your best life, or you're on your way to living your best life. All they know is that they're spiteful and angry towards you because you're in the Six of Wands energy and you're focused on your chip. And they're still probably working at a 9-to-5 pace. I wonder how bad that tastes. And you're on your way to Sun card, owning your own business, being the manager, being the top dog. You're on your way to being the top cat. We ain't doing no top dog. You're on the way to being the top cat. Forgive yourself. We all make mistakes. Yeah, this is a situation you have to work on forgiving yourself. You ignored red flags. We did what we did. We did our best. We didn't withhold love though. The only thing we did was match energy when they started to act funky, and it brought this whole operation down. They wanted to go cold. They wanted to go cold and be cutting and be dark. Guess what? We can do it better, baby, because we have righteousness on our side. We didn't have to stoop low and cheat. We just broke off the connection. That made them react even crazy. Their demons couldn't handle that. They wanted to cut off love. We're gonna cut off the whole relationship. They started malfunctioning and glitching with that. Now that you've walked away for sure, they wanted to latch on for dear life. They couldn't appreciate what they had when they had it. So now they're in this crying over spilled milk energy, boo-hooing to anybody because you no longer want them. You cut them off energetically. This was a situation to where all they had to do was choose themselves and choose better. Accountability is choosing yourself. Anytime you choose yourself in a relationship, you're actually choosing the relationship because you're choosing to better yourself. These people wanted to learn the hard way. When you chose yourself, you just wanted a little space so you can get your mind right, your body right, your soul right. They wanted to try to control and manipulate you. They were choosing you. They were choosing control and manipulation instead of choosing themselves, instead of accepting, hey, maybe I'm not in the right state of mind. Maybe I need some time alone. Maybe I need to get my act together. Maybe I need to do what I need to do to make this relationship work. Instead, they wanted to try to leave you out in the cold. So you said, bet, I can show you better than I can tell you. We got matches all across the board. We got King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. You took this person out of poverty. We got King of Swords, Queen of Swords. This person wanted to be cold and cutting. You were cold and cutting. So now all they got is confusion because they're doing it out of spite and you were doing it out of self-preservation. Two sides of the same coin. Eight of Swords. This person's lost and confused because, like I said, they're doing it out of spite. You're doing it because you play no games. They were doing it because you thought they were trying to. They thought you were trying to control and punish them until they realized you weren't coming home. Listen well, will you marry me? And now you're well and you're suffering. The most gracious of hosts may be invited, girl. You're not coming in, and you're not coming in. So look, you took what shit. Ain't no crying over spilled milk over here, baby. We ain't doing no crying over spilled milk. They on that. We ain't on that type of timing. I get high to suppress the thought of you. This person is literally replaying the moments they should have given you. They should have reciprocated. They're in whole relationships. It's been years for some of y'all. They're in relationships still talking about I should have done this and I should have done that. They said they could replace you like that. They thought it was a game. They thought y'all were playing tit for tat. They didn't realize you were transforming. You got in this hermit and this death energy and was like, I'm a grown person. I'm a grown woman. I'm a grown man. I really want this family. I really want a healthy family. I'm not going to we're not getting no younger. We ain't getting no younger, girl. You might as well do it. Been feeling you all the while, girl. I must confess. I just want to get married. Girl, let's just get married. Meet me at the altar in your white dress. We ain't getting no younger, girl. You might as well do it. Been feeling you all the while, girl. I must confess. I just want to get married. Girl, let's just get married. They didn't know. Forgive them, for they did not know how ignorant they were. They didn't know they were messing with a high priestess. They knew you were providing all this spiritual protection, that y'all's money was going up, and they didn't have to struggle no more. They knew that they were feeling like they were walking on a dream, walking on a cloud. They knew that everything was righteous with you. It felt like they had finally found something worth holding on to. Wheel of Fortune, World card, Justice card, World card. Some of y'all, the sex was astronomical. Call me Mr. Bomblicles. I went down to the ocean and all I seen was a bunch of barnacles. You dove up in that ocean and seen nothing but barnacles. Now can I take a dive in your ocean? Realize that this person was the Sour Patch Kid. Sour Sweet Gone. Sour Sweet Gone. For some of you, they got together with people while y'all were together, after y'all left, and they slandered you across from here to Timbuktu. They wanted people to think you were the demon that they were. Consistently talking about you any chance that they got. But look, Eight of Pentacles. This is what you were doing. While they were slandering and gossiping and trying to spin the narrative, you were building your foundation. You moved forward like an adult does. You moved forward like a logical adult does. And you looked towards greener pastures. You took this Eight of Wands, this Two of Wands, and this Eight of Pentacles, and guess what you did? You put in work, and you moved away from what? This pescado. You moved away from this pescado. Now they're stuck in emotional instability, Two of Pentacles, and you're stuck in this Two of Swords, guarding towards them forever because you know this is all that relationship leads to. Hurt, betrayal, let down, disappointment, sadness. You took your earth angel energy and you started listening to your intuition and you got out of this codependent energy and you turned this string card in the upright. And a lot of y'all have learned so much about this. A lot of y'all have learned so much about this relationship. There may have been jail involved. There may have been court. There might be court involved. If some of y'all have decided to file for slander or what do you call it, defamation, whatever. Hey, they could have tried to put you in jail. All that lying that they did on you, they could have tried to put you in jail. But with this moon card, God protected you from all of that because you don't have to bear that. That's their burden to bear. Now they have to bear that cross. Knowing that they did all this shit, launched all these attacks towards you, and you weren't even paying attention towards them because you were in this Empress energy, loving yourself, activating your Kundalini, activating your masculine and feminine energy, and listening to God. Listening to God. So, big cats, can I take a dive in your ocean? Big cats. I wake up every evening with a big smile on my face. It never feels out of place. Because these people were stuck in the same exact position that they were in the beginning. These people wanted to make you the reason why their life sucked until there was no other choice but to accept the fact that it was all their own doing. Had absolutely nothing to do with you. So big cats, keep moving away from these people. They haven't learned yet. They don't want to learn, and they're still watching you instead of watching themselves in their pockets. And that's why they'll consistently be working at a 9-to-5 pace until their 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s instead of focusing on their own lives and getting their own situations together. Big cats, I love y'all. Mwah. Hope y'all have a beautiful day, the day you deserve, and consistently keep working on yourself. Y'all are awesome. Y'all are righteous. Y'all are aligned. And for the karmics, you. I guess the change in my pocket wasn't enough. Mwah. Y'all have a beautiful day.